to the Birdies and Bourbon show. Dan, it's getting to be a weekly ritual here. I'm having a cleansing Negroni after another weekend's at Sweetens. So,
Ooh.
It looked like we might have had a little better weather than you did. I saw you made a little trip over to the tourney in Greensboro. How was it?
You know what? It was pleasant because we were going out and like, oh, is it going to rain all day? Is it going to like storm on us? But then I was like, it looks like it's going to be light. So we had some medium rain every once in a while, but we had umbrellas, and most of the time it was like in the 70s and just kind of like a little mist. You know, like the little mist they used to have at the old Braves Park you can walk through. It was kind of like
Oh,
that.
sure.
It was wonderful. Kept us cool. Yeah, perfect.
Congratulations. Lucas the Glove gets it done. Works his way into the top 70 of the FedEx Cup playoffs, unlike somebody else that we know out there.
Oh yeah.
But so were you there when he was attempting this dance move?
No.
Not the Glove. I'm talking about the other JT. JT that didn't make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there on Sunday. No.
I mean, was that the worm on his back? I mean, is that what that was, kind of like a breakdance move? I mean, if he doesn't make it to the Olympics next year for golf, maybe he could go in breakdancing. Yeah,
we can be that or a gymnast. Yeah, either one.
He was very contorted in a few shots that I saw, without a doubt.
Exactly.
I mean, what a fun tournament, man. I've got to make it back there next year. I really I like to win them. It's a fun run.
It is. Yep. Low key, fun, good stuff. It was fun. It was a good time out there.
Of which I'm sure we're going to talk about in a little bit, because next year with the schedule release that just came out, designated events no longer required. Obviously they got to play to earn points and to make it into the top 70, but it'll be at their leisure. So we'll see where that winds up at. What's favorite hole at Sedgefield, by the way?
Oh, I like the one where they come in. It must be, I think it's probably like the 7, 8, 9-ish, like the first one, because there's a bunch of holes right there together where you can see them come in and then they can see them tee right off again. And it's a good little spot. I like it there.
How'd the Sandcastles hold up in the rain?
They held up okay. The interesting thing about Sedgefield, though, and we didn't talk about this in the pod that much. Not a whole lot of drivers out there, man. Not a whole lot. No driver off of one. Not a whole lot of drivers, period. Sure. Just a lot of placement off the tee.
Yeah. Of which we might see some of that this week when we head to Memphis. But I would be remiss, and a lot of people would be upset, if I didn't talk about the OBDO.
Okay. Yeah. Please talk about that.
Oh my God. I mean, it is painful. Listen, the guy's had a great career, FedEx Cup champion. Damn, I'm glad I don't have to watch him these next 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going to have to watch him in the Ryder Cup. And I don't mean it because I don't want him to succeed and to continue on and finish out a good career. But God, he is painful. I mean, watching Billy Ho play golf on TV is probably, I don't know, because I'm the one that I'm getting ready to rag on, but it's probably like playing a round of golf with me at Sweetens Cove. I think that they're not saying that I'm playing like Billy Ho's playing.
Yep.
But I'm just saying the levels of pain that one endures going through that exercise.
Yep.
Because I don't know how many holes we played. Somebody may have helped me to bed one night. They may not have, but they may have. Good looking out, Tapper. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not upset that we're not going to have to watch Billy.
So we were following the JT and Scottie and Lowry for a lot, because they were the featured group in the morning, right? So that was good. And then you venture up a little bit, and hey, we'll catch them on the drive next time. And usually when you're doing that first time, I don't know who's ahead or whatnot. So we were walking up and going to the next hole, and most of the time you're like, oh, who's up there looking for the leader, the little leaderboard thing. Well, you see this guy on the green, like, I know that putting stance anywhere.
Oh boy.
Exactly who that is.
I know
exactly who that is.
It's very, very sneaky.
That's bearded Billy right there.
He's like the butler in what's the Adam Sandler movie?
Mr. Deeds.
Yes, he's the butler in Mr. Deeds for sure. Except he's probably better portrayed as the I forget the actor's name, but I think he was in what's the Clooney film where they're the bluegrass band and
oh yeah, what was that thing called? Man of
Constant Sorrow. Yeah. Anyway, that is exactly who that guy is, man. I'm just like, I mean, I cringe. I'm cringing watching it. And then, hey, pan over to the glove, and I'm like, this is great. I love watching this. This is even though he had the broomstick out.
Yeah, he did have the broomstick out. Yeah,
I did get to play with a guy that had the broomstick out for a round or two at Sweetens. I don't know. I mean, if you're collecting a check on Sunday, I get it. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I mean, just get better. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for it.
No reason for it. No.
So speaking of, you followed Lowry, Scott, and JT.
Yeah.
Was the Irish butter flowing out there? Was it? Was he juiced up? Because I mean, he gets out there and gets to sweating, man. It's a sight to see.
Oh yeah, it wasn't that hot that day, but they were drenched. But by the time we got there, like Scotty would with all of his I think he was wearing like grayish that day. He was drenched. Yeah,
and all three of those guys couldn't cut it.
Well, what's funny was Scotty on the first day was like he was an early round leader. He didn't finish.
Good. Yeah,
he looked good. Yeah, and then he looked good on Sunday, just the 2 days in the middle. Yeah. So and then before him was it was Horschel and Woodland and one other guy. Yeah, Woodland's Mr. Cool Guy. Mr. Cool Guy. Mr. Cool Guy.
Well, I mean, anybody would be cool playing in that group. I mean, outside of.
Well, it's so funny because with the way Sedgefield is, it's like it's such a small place. Everybody's walking around everywhere. You can see everything that's going on. So we made our way back towards number one after the morning group finished up or whatever. Yeah. You look over to the clubhouse and you see Mr. Cool with his hat turned backwards, like he had a good day. Mr. Woodland had a good. Oh yeah, he was feeling it. He was feeling it. Yeah.
Okay. Did he make it? Let me. I think he's in, isn't he? Is he?
No, I don't think so.
He's way out. He's
way out.
Never mind. Never false alarm. Yeah. So a lot of names. So let's talk through. Well, let's talk about the changes to the PGA Tour. Unless you have anything else on Sedgefield that you want to talk about, the Wyndham Championship.
No, we're good. It was a fun event. It's a good one to go to. Hope you go next year. Yeah.
So let's talk about some changes in the schedule that just got released. Then we'll jump into the top 70 that are going to be heading to Memphis this week. Okay, so just first impression, like when you and I know you've read a couple articles, and there's a lot of mixed signals out there, by the way, because some people were releasing stuff over the weekend and things sounded kind of squirrely and not really certain. But I guess we've got a more official release today. What do you think? That success, or we still got a lot of room for improvement here?
Well, I think KP Kyle Porter kind of summed it up pretty good earlier today. And there's a lot of articles going out there, but some of the highlights, I mean, expanded Kapalua, which was a thumbs up, and then different paths into the signature events. What was one of our earlier things was like, how do these people get into these? It's almost like it's like a tour within a tour, and unless you have this creative breakthrough like Wyndham in a way, right? I mean,
you're going to elect to not play the Wells Fargo Championship, and you're going to go to the Myrtle Beach Open or Classic, and you're going to go and try to win that thing. I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. What did you think about some of the other things on there?
So, so this, I've got some theories around this. So, and we may break this up into two. We may get long-winded on here. We may have to come back and do another DraftKings show. We may not. It depends on how much I keep drinking.
Oh boy.
So that trashy tournament out in Phoenix. I think allegedly it is the most attended golf tournament on the PGA Tour. Maybe in the world. I mean, quite frankly, I mean, it's a big property. The Thunderbirds do a fantastic job of running that place out there. And if you've never been, it's if you're making an effort to get out there, then you should you should go. It's something that you should go see. You should definitely go play it. So, that's probably 2 trips. It's still going to be played on Super Bowl. It's going to finish up on Super Bowl weekend. However, the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am is taking the designation away from the trash tournament. And it is now going to be the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am is the designated event. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the designated events are not required, so they're not mandatory. You are getting, I think it's 700 points instead of 500. So I think the purse is on average, it's going to be like $4 million for the winner, or winner's prize money. I don't know. I don't know how unless you're. So my theory is that the Waste Management, the Phoenix Open, they didn't need a designated event to draw a crowd.
Yeah.
Or did we got one too many Damons with his shirt off out there? I don't know what the catch is, and I don't know what they're trying to back off. But with the way everything was kind of moving through with LIV, and then what you saw a lot of other PGA tournaments do this year, and years prior, but continuing to develop and overproduce it. Is it too big? We got to get a Thunderbird on and go through this thing and figure out, like, what was it a choice one to have a designation and they kind of opted out or backed out of it, or was this the PGA Tour trying to shine a spotlight on a different tournament? I don't. To me, that looks like a fail to me. I don't know. What do you think?
I think. So what is Pebble Beach? What is Pebble Beach called this coming year?
No, it's going to be the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And it's going to be Larry the Cable Guy, and it's going to be Bill Murray out there farting around, drinking Bloody Marys and doing whatever the hell he does. It is Super Bowl weekend, so I don't know if we'll see a Bill there or not. We might, but we might not. Not a Bill Murray, by the way. But here's the thing, right? And they did change it. So it was prior to, you played 3 courses, and the amateurs played through the weekend. Yeah. As I read and understand it, the amateurs are going to play only Thursday and Friday. It's a no-cut event, so limited field, and then they're going to play through. Everybody will play through the weekend. So, I guess in that part, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I like the Waste Management. I thought it brought some energy to the tour.
Yeah. I do too. I think it probably it's too big of an event, right? So they didn't need the oomph behind it to get the people to come out for it. Whereas AT&T Pebble has been kind of struggling lately, right? The fields have not been great there.
Okay, so but is that what's? Now, yeah, because they're not required to play elevated events. Are we now going to see a deflated Waste Management Open? That's where I'm heading.
I think you will. I think you will. Rory's not going back. He's not going to go back to the Waste.
No. Tiger's going to be playing in Saudi, so he's unavailable. As far as I read, everything that LIV is still going to have their own tournaments next year, so Brooks ain't going to be there.
Right. No.
We're dependent on Scottie Scheffler. Maybe Scott Stallings. I think he hit the longest drive there in 2021, maybe. Very,
very true. Very true. We could be just relying on Joel Damon and Harry Higgs.
Except they're going to play the whole round topless.
Kreischer style.
There we go. What's that's like well, when Paige McKenzie shows up, that's when the story will change.
What I heard is that the AT&T was struggling, so they made that the elevated event. They took it off of the Waste. The other thing they took off of Waste was fines.
Good idea. I like where this is going. So here's a couple things that I thought were interesting about the schedule. I don't know where they're playing at Myrtle Beach, by the way. I didn't see that they just said they were going to be playing there. I didn't see where they were going to play. So the Century's expanded, larger field there. You got people that are going to play the Century, and they're no Hawaii, no American Express, no Farmers. I guess Bucky will probably have to play the Farmers. Yeah. Ooh, by the way, JT should probably play in all of these events, because if he would have played in another event or two this season, I mean, his fanboys, they're the two amigos are going to the playoffs, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
The third amigo is over by the burning bush.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He is he did not get El Guapo'd.
So it's at the Dunes Golf and Beach Club.
Okay, this is going to be at Dunes. All right.
Yep.
Fun place. So you got the Farmers. All right. So AT&T Pebble Beach is going to be, I'll call it the second one. I mean, the Century's kind of, it's what was the Tournament of Champions. So then we go to Pebble Beach. Then you got Waste Management, which is also going to be Super Bowl weekend. So who's going to show up to that when you've got the Genesis the next week and you've got those two elevated events? I mean, I feel like somebody's probably taken off and not going to the Phoenix.
Yep,
Mexico, dog. Palm Beach Classic, dog. You've got API, that's an elevated event. So we're probably going to see an uptick there. Then we got Puerto Rico. Nobody was good. Well, that's opposite the API. So that doesn't count, but that does allow somebody to win, to play themselves into the Players Championship that next week. Where did I saw it's kind of got a little dicey. So you've got back-to-back again. You've got the Masters, and then you got RBC Heritage, and they kept, obviously the Masters being a major is a designated event, but they left the RBC Heritage designated. And I'm pretty sure I read that was now a no-cut event, which I thought
a lot of them are.
Yeah. I know. I thought that was kind of interesting, right? Because now, like, there's no, hey, we're showing up to tune up for a couple of days and we're out of here. I mean, they're going to be, it's a WD, if not, right? I mean, you're showing up to play.
Yep.
Then you got Fargo.
No more cutting class, kids.
No more cutting class. Exactly. Here's where we get a little dicey, right? Coming into June. By the way, what Canada? What did Canada do to the PGA Tour? Mm-hmm. I mean, COVID came along and they did no tournament, no Canadian Open. They finally get it back. The Canadians are like, yeah, keep it coming. And then they remove the designation and they give it to, I guess that just where I think they moved it. But now you've got the Memorial, you got the Open at Pinehurst, and then you've got the Travelers. And all three of those are designated. And then you've got like June through July. You probably don't see anybody until the week after the 4th, July the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a win or not. I don't. I mean, there are some good things about it, but I don't know.
So, how many elevated events on the West Coast? Just the Riv and Century.
You got Century, Pebble Beach, Genesis. So there's three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not many.
So how many of those does Rory play? Does he play the Riv and that's it?
I think we see him at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
You think so? No, he's gonna hate that.
Of course he's gonna hate it.
Did he get outvoted there? Because this is definitely not a Rory thing. He hates the West Coast
until he gets paired with celebrity live golfer. By the name of, I don't know, pick one. DJ, Koepka, DeChambeau. Who do you want? By the way, did you see DeChambeau shot a 58?
Yeah, I did. Oh, he shot a 58. I know. I saw that. Yeah. Maybe he gets paired with the Shark. The Shark donates some money to play, I
mean, he is the celebrity.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. Well, okay. So I like where you're at there. So let's stay there for a minute. Where do we see Tiger Woods play next?
Riv.
See, I think we'll see him in the father-son challenge. I think.
You're talking about this year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to get you. It wasn't a gotcha moment. I think we see him there. I don't know if I think we'll see him at the Ryder Cup, not playing, but I think he'll be vice captained or something. I think he will be showing up. And
isn't it weird they haven't announced that yet, though?
It is extremely weird that they haven't announced it. Yes. So could be health issues underlying, right? Things that might be taking place during that time. But yes, it's a little odd, I think. Have they announced any of the vice captains yet? Yeah, they did. Didn't Stuart Sink, was he a vice captain?
Yeah. Sink.
What about well, I know they didn't announce JT because he was very he was very excited about what he thought were his chances to make it. Let's see. So Stuart Sink, I guess he's not. It's we got Furyk, Couples, Davis Love, Steve Stricker.
I thought Sink was involved too. Yeah.
And Sink, yeah, but there's no we got no Woods yet.
No Tiger yet. I got you. Okay.
What
about Phil? Is he on there?
He may be on like team year. Do you have to be a citizen of said country to be a vice captain?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. Geez.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm surprised that's not actually a thing.
Yeah.
Probably maybe he didn't have a date.
It's still illegal.
No, it got released the other day. They let it go.
No, the new one. The new one's illegal. The T's and C's getting ironed out.
Exactly. The new
allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. New one's on its way. What else? So you want to talk through some of these bubble guys?
Yeah, talk to the bubble. Yeah, it's always a fun time, right?
All right. So let's see. So looking at the top 70 that have to now play ahead to make it to the BMW Championship. So in 70th position, we don't need to go through. So do you have a list pulled up?
I do. Yeah.
So who do you think's in the? Yeah, if you want to pull it. Yeah, who do you think's in the 70 though? Who do you think makes it into the top 50?
All right, hold on a second. Let me put it on the screen.
Because I see a few that might get it done here.
All right. Cam Davis, could see him pulling it out. Right. Yep.
I could see Matt Kuchar pulling it out too. Being, I think this course is going to hold up well for him.
Definitely Hideki. Yep.
Hideki should be rested up after his exhibition on Thursday and Friday. So
Davis Ryler and Taylor Montgomery, both those probably should be shoes in, right? If they can play well.
I mean, Brandon Wu possibly. Alex Smalley's been playing really well. What about let's see the 50. So the glove, he's been playing good. I mean, I see him kind of moving on. JT Poston. I don't know how tired Poston's going to be. Did he look tired when you saw him?
No, he had an eagle. He did an eagle when I saw him. Yeah.
Oh, energized, huh?
Energized, yeah.
Eric Cole, Tom Hoagie. I think this course is going to set Brendan Todd. I think this place is going to set up really well for these guys this week. Benny On. I was like, that was a head scratcher for me on. Is he going to be my one and done this week? I elected to go a different route, but I'm surprised to see Sungjae Im this far up the leaderboard. I think this is a place where Sungjae can play well. We're back on Bermuda Green, so maybe, but I don't know.
He was looking rested. I talked to him a little bit on Thursday. He was looking rested, and he was in good spirits. Netflix. A lot of Netflix stuff. Cheeseburgers.
Oh, he loved that cheeseburger. Who's Spieth? I think Spieth moves on. Ricky's way up there, so we know he's moving on. So, all right.
Anybody going to fall out of the top 30? Probably not, right? I mean, it's just going to take 2 tournaments to do that, though, right? So, not this week.
Not this week. No. I think you fall out of the top 50. I don't know if we're going to see anybody fall out of the top 30 because everybody's making the cut. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's head over to our friends at fantasynational.com. Because we're on our way to the 2023 FedEx St. Jude Championship. TPC Southwind, just over 7,200 yards, par 70, back on Bermuda Greens. That will definitely play into my one and done today. And so from previous winners, so Will Zalatoris, by the way. Don't know anything. Where's Willie? Where's Willie Z? Is it recovery mode?
Recovery mode.
This place is really, this is kind of the who's who of has-beens or live golfers. I mean, Abe Ancer, JT, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Daniel Berger won the tournament twice. So lot of live action out here. Yeah, I think we're probably, I mean, the weather looks like it's going to be okay. It doesn't look like it's going to be a scorcher. Now, we have been getting a lot of rain, so it could soften this place up. It's probably going to be another birdie festival. And I think what we're going to wind up is, I mean, I think strokes gained approach is going to be something to look at. And off the tee. I mean, that's kind of what's won this thing is, I mean, people are hitting fairways. And I mean, that some of the comments that have been going around is, I mean, it's like, the rough's not that tall, but because it's, I guess there's Zoysia rough. It's thick once you get in there. So it's kind of going to depend on weather-wise, how much rain they get. So that's where I think. Had decent week, by the way, DraftKings last week. So not horrible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's fantasynational.com. Last 24 rounds.
A lot of green. Lots of green.
Everywhere except for Scottie Scheffler's putter.
That's true. That's true.
So here's where I'm at from a DraftKings play. I don't think I need to play anybody at $10,000 and higher. And I'm borderline that I have to play anybody in the $9,000 range. I mean, I think that's the level of golfers that we have here. Is I think that the 8,000 golfers can play just as well as the $9,000 golfer, and absolutely as well as the 10,000 and higher range. And I think anybody could win. I mean, based on the list that I read, I mean, it's like you've got bombers, you got plotters, you got people that the putter is kind of squirrely. You got some that are, short game wizards out there. So I think I don't need anything at the $10,000 range. I don't know about you.
No, I mean, obviously, if we have money left over and we like the way the lineup's shaping out, we can do that. But I mean, I don't see anybody in the $10,000 range I'm going to avoid. Other than the fact that, to your point, from a strategy perspective, I think there's a lot of good players here, and I think we can start further down the list. I'm thinking somebody like Hovland. I mean, if he can putt well this week, I mean, this is just going to stack up so well for him, right?
Good, yeah, absolutely. And he's played okay here. T36, T59, nothing great, but not horrible.
Yeah.
Here's where. So, I don't have him as an option, but I wish I did. But I think the $9,800 field, I think that is like, I can just kind of go down that list, and it's probably better if I tell you who I don't want to play, because I don't know that there's anybody that I don't want to play.
This is where Cantlay won a couple of years ago, right?
T23, T35, T12, and T6.
Okay. So he won the other one. He won the one after BMW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, he did win the BMW afterwards. I think Terrell Hatton, I mean, he's played fine here. Ricky Fowler, T15 and 20, T17 and 18, and 9th and 17. And we got a whole new Bucky out here. That ain't even close. Ain't even in the same ballpark.
Yep. Highly owned though. 20% highly owned,
So that's probably a direction. I mean, do you want to go? Do you want to eat the chalk on that, or do you want to go somewhere else? And I probably want to go somewhere else.
How's Fleetwood done here?
T46, T35, T4, T14, and T28. So
I think I could go there, man.
I wouldn't say well. Bad. What's his ownership going to be?
14.9, better than 20.5 for Buck.
It is better.
Cantlay's better though. Cantlay's 13.3, and I think he could do,
all day.
Killer here. Yeah. So a lot of good guys here. I mean, are you playing Morikawa this week?
So T26, T20 is past two showings here. And as of late, when the last time we saw him was at the Open, and he missed a cut. I don't know. That's going to be tough.
I think it's a wait and see. I think maybe next week we can probably play him if he does well here. I think I got to get see if he bounces back, right? Because he hasn't had. I mean, he plays second at Rocket, but Rocket's not a great field. I mean,
it's not like it's not a bunch of class acts what we got here.
Yeah, that's right. Beer tastes like piss over there.
Now here's where I am at though. This $8,000 range. I think my one and done is coming from the $8,000 range. Jason Day's got a great track record here. Jason Day's been playing pretty good golf as of late, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's been playing bad. I mean, T2 at the Open, so I don't know if that's.
Well, let's put it this way about Jason Day: he has not had to bring out the Grand Mal in a while. That's a joke. It's a joke.
I didn't take it. I didn't take it as one. Fitzpatrick plays really good here. I know where you're heading. I think I know where you're heading at least.
I like Max.
I do. I like Max here. I think there's nothing wrong with Max. T51, T52, T61. I think for $400 less, I think I'm all in on Hideki. What's his ownership going to be?
Hideki's 13.3. Yeah, I like Hideki a lot here.
T2 last year. He won it several years ago, T20 and 20. So, I think Hideki's a play. Fitzy, Hideki.
I can go 3 in a row right there. Fitzy, Wyndham, and Hideki.
And then you've got Bermuda Burns.
Bermuda Burns,
Dan. T2 here last year. He loved him some Bermuda. And he finished T14 at the Wyndham. He missed the cut at the Open. I don't know how much stock I'm putting into that. T19 at the Scottish Open. I mean, that's I like this. I like a little Sammy boy here.
So people are really hot on him. 17.7% owned.
Well, market another one because I'm there.
17.8. Here we go.
Market another one. So Cam Young, I don't know. I mean, we saw a little flash from Cam Young. I definitely already have him marked down as my one and done pick for the Open next year. But yeah, I don't know. I'm probably out on Young, and he may be one on the bubble. I don't know if we see him next week. We might. I don't know. $7,000 range. You back in on Henley.
As long as I'm not wearing those rain pants like he was wearing last week.
Are they noisy?
They're noisy. They're baggy. He looked like MC Hammer out there.
Oh, really? Maybe that's the new style. They're coming back.
Yeah.
So Sepp Straka, I think, is pretty interesting. I think Sepp Straka is maybe a DFS play for me. I could see this course setting up really well for him. I think that he's somebody I'm going to look to in the coming weeks. I think Corey Connors is probably an interesting play here. I mean, he's finished T36 or better the last 3 years, so I kind of like a little Corey Connors action here. I think that's a go. What about Benny and the Jets? What's it looking like? What's ownership looking like?
8.6. It's small. It's low, right? But you just said it was like an off the tee and approach course. That's not him.
T12 here in 2020.
And COVID.
He's arguably playing better golf right now than he
They
has.
impeached Rahm that year.
T2 at the Wyndham, T23 at the Open, T3 at the Scottish, and T51 at John Deere. All I'm saying is he's playing some great friggin' golf. He's playing great golf.
He is playing great golf. I'm kidding. I'm not going against him. I'm joking with you. I think he's been playing great golf, and the way he's rolling it, man, yeah. And his history's great here. Yeah. So, yeah.
Throwing the rock around. Get it done. Get it done. Impeach Jon Rahm. Get shirts on the way. Shirts on the way.
Get after it, Renner.
Let's see. Who else do you like in the $7,000? Keegan, I don't know, man. I think Keegan,
Yeah.
T52, T61, at $7,700. I mean, he's got a lot on the line. I mean, this is probably this is make or break for the Ryder Cup team. Do you think Keegan Bradley would rather win the St. Jude FedEx or make the Ryder Cup team?
Make the Ryder Cup team.
I do too, but I think he's got to win. I think he has to play. He has to play really well here to make the Ryder Cup team, is what I think. I mean, JT is right there on the cusp of somebody making a bad decision. And I ain't talking about JTP.
Nope.
Just saying.
That's right. Right.
Ooh, the heartbreaker. Denny McCarthy. Missed his last two cuts, one of those being the Open. T6 at John Deere, though. Are we what are we doing with Danny McCarthy? Not to be confused with Danny McBride.
Yeah. I'm in. Aren't you in?
I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to be in. I mean, I think from an ownership standpoint, we probably should be in. He putts good on Bermuda. I mean, he gained last 5 rounds. He's gaining 6 strokes putting. I mean, that's kind of his weapon. So it's probably there. I mean, he's kind of flat everywhere else. What happened? He lost 4.5 strokes in approach last week. Lost 4.5 strokes tee to green. I don't know. That's I mean, he's been playing good though. I mean, outside of his last 2 cuts that he missed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's I've got a soft mark beside of his name. Cam Davis. I mean, you said it. You just said you were admiring his height. You said
it's tall. Yeah, he was playing with a
tall drink of water.
Yeah, it's tall. Yeah.
What's his history look like here in one Cam Davis? He was 60th last year, but I mean, he's coming in off of a bit of a heater here. T7 last week, T10 at 3M. I mean, this is kind of 3M, and I mean, I could see that happening.
He's playing well.
Aaron Rye, which I was pretty high on him last week. He missed the cut. You know who we got to go back to? And I don't want to get, so anybody else in the $7,000 range that you want to go. So what are we doing with the glove? Are we playing the glove?
No.
All right.
He has good course history with him, right? So that's kind of, he loves that place.
Absolutely he does. Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking it's well, I'd like to, but.
Exactly. Go back to Cole, aren't you? You're going back to Cole.
Oh, dude, I have to. Maybe rookie of the year right there.
Wow, maybe.
Eric Cole, T14,
we have not heard a whole lot about
T30,
rookie of the year this year,
T42.
have we?
We have not. No, I mean it's I don't know why, but could be rookie of the year. And yeah, is everybody else going to him also?
9.1, not bad.
Oh, not bad at all. Who else? Brendan Todd finished. He had a good showing last week. As of late, I mean, he's been looking pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, T15 here in 2020. It was that COVID. It was that impeachment year, you say.
You're not gonna let that one go, are you?
No, probably not. not for at least the next 10 minutes anyway. I mean, I could go for the Todd father.
Yeah.
Ooh, remind me to we got to talk about the offer, by the way, when we get wrapped up.
Ooh, the offer. Not
the offer to sponsor the Myrtle Beach Classic. Not that one. That's a different offer. So what about Matt Kuchar? I mean, the track history here looks okay. T25, T43, T14, T17. I mean, it's very interesting to me. And in that, I don't know that anybody else is going to really be on Matt Kuchar. And I could kind of see him working his way around this place.
Yeah, I could see it. We can play him.
I mean, I'm not trying to get you to say yes. I'm just saying that it's pretty interesting to me.
I'm saying yes, Steve. I'm saying yes. You're not looking.
T38 and T43. I did get you in the hey now. Hey now. Who made it to the $6,000 range? No, you're getting the 7,000?
Yep. We got to the $6,000
no,
range pretty quick, didn't we? Yeah. Oh, you made me get on the yeah.
Well, I made you get a cooch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was hot on Smalley coming into this thing. He's missed his last two cuts. I mean, he didn't make the Open, so I don't know. Svensson, T7, T37, his last two outings.
Yeah, done well.
Bo Hostler's on the bubble. I don't know if Bo's going to make it to the top 50. I'm probably sitting that one out. I mean, I hope he does. I'm just saying. I gotta not like somebody, and that's probably one that I don't really like. Shank, I was expecting a lot more out of him last week, but I mean, he could turn it around. What happened to Tom Hoagie? $6,300. T20 at the 3M, T19 at the Scottish Open. Was it the Players Championship where he birdied every hole in the second round or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Something ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So he's losing strokes putting all the way around. He's losing strokes off the tee all the way around. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Hogue. All right. Even at $6,300, I got nothing for Hogue.
Me either.
All right, we need a couple more 6,000. We probably don't, but just for argument's sake, who else we got in the 6,000? What has Lee Hodges been doing? Lee Hodges just won the 3M.
Yep, he did.
Bermuda's not his best surface necessarily.
He's been playing well though.
Yeah, the Genesis. Yeah, I mean he's either playing good for the value or he's
a lot of green.
Yeah. I don't know that we'll need to go there, but maybe if we do. Hubbard missed his last two cuts.
Yeah.
Thomas Detry. I don't think we got to go there. All right, let's line up.
Let's line up. All right. Let's see.
I'm with you. I think Cantlay's a play. Cantlay's ownership's good. Right. I think Cantlay's solid. Let's start up there.
Start up there. Okay.
Maybe.
Patty Ice. All right, he's in. Patty Ice has made the lineup.
He did make the lineup. Let's see. All right.
Fitzpatrick, you said?
Yeah, I think that's a solid.
Okay.
What's Hideki's ownership? He's high. Is he in the 20s yet? $8,400.
Yeah. A little bit more. Actually. All right. So 13.3. That's pretty good. Yeah. Go that way.
All right. We'll lay off of Bermuda Burn. Oh, Tom Kim's in the field this week, by the way. Interesting. I think I'm going to take a look at Tom Kim. I don't know about this injury that he's talking about, or energy, by the way.
Yeah, I think he's a good play.
Tom Kim?
Don't you think he's a good play?
I thought he just hurt himself. He slipped on one of those frogs at the Open Championship.
Yeah, and then he shot well that round.
All right. Well, what does everybody else think about him?
12.2.
Yeah, it's fine.
You want to play it?
Yeah, okay. I think so. I think we got to go Benny and the Jets.
Okay.
And
how much is he? How much? 7,500, right?
Yeah, 7,500.
Yep.
Now we're at 7,900. So, I mean, we've got a pretty good field here that we can pick from. So
you liked Keegan, didn't you? Or no?
I mean, you're going to take Keegan over. Yeah. I mean, if it turns into a birdie fest, I mean, he could be the guy.
Who, Keegan?
Yeah.
All right. You'll go there? That it?
That's it.
All right. That's it.
One and done this week. By the way, let me throw a little update. I extended an olive branch, Dan. That's what I like to call it.
I know.
And I said, you know what? I don't feel like it's taking candy from a baby over here.
Yep.
So I'm going to give back to the people.
Yep.
And we've extended this now through the end of the playoffs with the Chasing Daylight podcast. Let's just so you're aware, at the breakfast ball, he did make a little run last week.
Yeah. He almost had us, man.
Let's see. Almost. It was close. Yeah. It was close. Let's take a little look at the leader.
He had me. He almost had you.
Almost had me. Yeah. Almost. So he's playing who? Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Hitting Greens. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. At the breakfast ball, he picked one Denny McCarthy, and he did not make the cut. But Hitting Greens, with Russell Henley finishing second at $676,000.
Yeah.
I went with the postman, not to be confused with the mailman. You and I both 223,000, and I am stat guy. He went with he rolled one JT out, thinking he was going to get hot. Not so fast.
Not a bad pick though. Not bad.
So so Hitting Greens, $2 million back. Dan the Bots at 2.2 back. The breakfast ball is 2.3 back, and I am stat guys at 6.8.
Yeah,
he's practicing for next year.
Yeah.
I know
still a lot of people in contention though. A lot of people right there.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's not over. But I know where I'm heading, Dan. But where are you heading?
Hideki.
Pretty good maneuver.
Yeah, he's got a good track record there. He's been playing pretty well, and I think this is his kind of place. Yep.
Bermuda Burns, baby.
Bermuda Burns.
Sam Burns. I like Sam Burns for the win to make it to Eastlake, actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's been playing good. Course history is good here.
I like it.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
All right, where are you going next?
I don't know. Where do you want to
go? Well, you got any? Have you caught up on Justified?
I got to tell you about the offer.
Oh, I want to hear about the offer. Okay.
So have you started watching it?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know the premise behind it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the offer is shut up. Forget what. Maybe it's on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Netflix, HBO. I forget what channel it's on. Are they channels anymore? Stations, networks, whatever it is. So it's the story of
Paramount. Amazon. Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Okay. So it's a series about the making of The Godfather.
Oh, okay.
And I told somebody earlier, I was telling them about it, and they're like, oh, well, who plays the young Marlon Brando? And I'm like, no, don't get confused. It's not really about Marlon Brando. At least thus far, it's not. It's more about. So you watched what was the Phil Knight and Matt Damon, and what was it Air? Was it just Air?
Yeah, Air. Yeah.
Okay. Good. So like the premise of Air, which was like the story behind how Jordan became Jordans. Yeah. So that's kind of it's completely like polar difference in what the premise of the movie is. But I shouldn't say the premise is kind of the same in the way that it tells the story about how it became to be. So it's the challenges and the issues that they had, and a lot of backstory with old Blue Eyes. Got a lot of mafia folks in there, got a lot of politicians in there. It is. I wouldn't say that it's not PC correct, but it does exploit a little bit of the kind of things that were going on during those times, and it's good. It's well made. As nice. It should have to be that kind. So you should definitely watch it. It's a good one.
I'll check it out. Yeah. Is it a series or is it a movie?
No, it's a series. Okay. No, I don't know how many there are, but I watched the first one last night. So
Okay, cool.
I was in
Sounds
recovery
good.
mode. Recovery.
I bet.
Am I caught up? I think I'm caught up on Justified.
Yeah, like 3 or 4
so.
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah,
like that,
they've I don't know how much I can say. I don't want to give yeah, I'm caught up. They've found the stash and they're kind of moving through things. So yeah. But it's good. Yeah, still delivering.
Good show. Yeah, I like him. You go back and watch the original if we get a chance. You know, you should.
I did watch the original.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Of which I thought was also good. Speaking of the original, can't remember. I'll never remember his name, but Baby Billy, Baby Billy Bonkers, from the Real Gemstones.
Yeah.
Are you
Bourbon guy? Bourbon guy.
Yes, he is a bourbon guy. Yeah.
I forget his name too.
That show is so fucking funny, man. I mean, it is, and that is not politically correct.
I am not caught up. I'm not caught up, but I do like that show.
Yes, it is. That one is so good. I think I'm going to go as Baby Billy for Halloween.
You should.
Walton Goggins is his name. Walton Goggins.
Yep, he's got his own bourbon.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm going to go as Baby Billy. I got to get me one of those blue suits with a ruffled shirt. Ruffled shirt. Ruffled.
Are you caught up on Lioness?
I think so. Yes. Yes, and still delivers.
I've got some challenges with the show, but yes. I mean,
do tell.
Well, spoiler alert, but Zoe Saldana has got to be like the worst agent of all time. Like, there's so many things she gets wrong in this thing.
Such as?
Well, again, spoiler alert, like episode 1, the girl gets killed because she has the tattoo. It's like, and then she's like checking the next one for the tattoo. I'm like, this is not our first rodeo. You can't, no, you don't get a do-over.
And then she got one.
And then in this last one, they go to the bar and like,
she smokes the dude.
Yeah. But I don't know. She's like talking on the phone about her kid and loses complete track of what she's supposed to be doing. It's a nightmare.
I think that's the point. I think you've nailed it. You have absolutely nailed it. That's if Taylor were to hear you describe the character, he'd be like, nailed it.
Well, they're on the boat, right? And have the decoys out there on the boat, and they all get drunk in the morning. And
drunk and stumbling around.
But if you're on a military op, you don't really need to be drunk if you're just out there and nobody's gonna be talking to you. You could just act like it.
I mean, they were drunk at the house, like running around at the house on base. They were drunk and shooting like Nerf guns at each other or some shit.
It's a good point. I mean,
I think the whole team is like a ragtag crew.
Don't be wrong. I'm enjoying it. I'm just saying it. A lot of nitpicks.
All right.
I'm enjoying it.
I think you're being very very judgmental. I mean, it's no Real Gemstones, that's for sure. It's no class act like that.
It's no Mary Kingstown.
Ooh, well, now that's a whole horse of a different color. That's that's you don't take me down that road.
There's no bunny in this one.
There is no, but not yet. It's early.
Not yet. He should show up.
Are we going to get a new mayor of Kingstown, by the way? Are we getting more of that?
I hope.
It's because he had he was the old plowman.
Right.
But I mean, I thought everything said it worked out fine, and he came back.
Okay.
Recovery was okay. Yeah.
You watching the Lincoln Lawyer?
So somebody asked me about that today. I watched the first season when it came out. And I think I've watched the first one. I don't know if I made it through a second one yet, but there's some other things on. So no, I mean, this offer thing has got my full and undivided attention. Right? It's really good, but I will get to the Lincoln Lawyer. Yes. But I did watch part of it.
I like it. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. The reason I ask you is like, it was, second season started, I guess, a month or 2 ago, and they took a break, and they just came back last week for the next 5 or whatever. So
how do you think McConaughey feels about that?
All right.
No, I think so. I mean, the guy does a good job, so I'm not against it.
He does a good job. I mean, McConaughey wasn't going to do the Netflix show, So.
No, he's busy taking the back seat to Kevin Costner.
Is he going to be in Yellowstone?
I think that's I haven't seen it, but that's the rumor.
Wow.
Is Costner we got to get Hranek on and get the lowdown on Costner.
We do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess things didn't go well with the divorce, and he wasn't spending enough time with the kids or whatever, and it got sideways, and Costner said he's out.
So have we seen McConaughey in a Western or no?
Not that I can think. He was in that. Well, he was in the movie where he was riding the dragon. I don't think he's been in a Western. No,
I don't think he's been in a Western. Yeah.
No, but what's going to happen is they're definitely going to confuse him for whoever the other kid is that plays the son, the blonde-headed boy.
Damn right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like you're not going to be able to tell them apart.
They're not.
He's like, no. I'm the one in the band. And then McConaughey's like coming in with bongos. He's like, oh, I got a band, man. I mean, I can see exactly how this is going to go.
I hope there's a bongo scene.
Ooh, I mean, there didn't have to be, but I mean, there should be.
There should be. Opening scene of the new one should be a bongo scene.
Let's see. Hold on. You've piqued my interest now. We got to find out if he's been in a Western. Dazed and Confused. That definitely wasn't a Western, right? I think it was in Texas. I think it was in Texas.
Yeah.
No, I don't see any Westerns here. I got nothing from a Western standpoint. Isn't that kind of odd?
He could play bongos while other guys playing the guitar. What's his name?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. That's exactly what I'm referencing.
Yep.
Hold on. Let's see. Oh, well, maybe. Okay, so you might not. I don't know if you'll consider these Westerns or not, but he was in Free State of Jones, so that was like Civil War era. So they didn't have cars.
Yeah. Civil War.
It says he was in Lone Star. I don't remember seeing Lone Star. Oh, he was in the Newton Boys, but that was not. I mean, when you say Western, I wouldn't say that was really a Western. He wasn't a Western, actually.
Which one?
He was in he played he was in two, actually, where he played cowboys.
Really?
Yes. One, and you're going to know both of them, but the first one, one of them was Dallas Buyers Club. He was a real cowboy.
Okay.
He was I mean, he was a bull rider or whatever. I mean, he was a real cowboy.
Yep.
Now the next one, I don't know if that's. I mean, he wore chaps and a cowboy hat. I don't know. Magic Mike. I mean, it doesn't really get. So I just I put the old Google to it, and I said, has Matthew McConaughey ever played a cowboy? It said, in fact, he was a stripper in Magic Mike, and he played as a cowboy. And Dallas Buyers Club, where he was also a cowboy. So I would have to say that, yes, he has actually played in a Western before.
There you go. All right.
I stand
corrected, Wyatt. You
heard it here first. What else we got?
I think that's it, man. Good playoffs are here.
Playoffs.
Got any predictions? Who's going to win the playoffs?
Well, so here's the thing. It's like, it's so screwy, right? With the way that they're going to start these points and the way they're going to accrue, how somebody's 25 under before the friggin' tournament even starts. I mean, that's going to present a bit of a challenge. But I think we're going to wind up in a.
Well, I got a question for you. If Rory wins his fourth, is it rigged?
I don't think the PIF is going to allow that to happen. No, I mean, I think it's going to be. Well, so, I mean, yes, Rory could win a fourth. I definitely think that it could happen. Oh, yeah. However, it's going to be a grind. I think Rahm's got a little something to prove. I think Scheffler's he hadn't won the FedEx Cup.
No, he won it. He won it like 2
years ago?
Last year. So the last one, yeah, whenever, like it was last year he won, didn't he? Because he and Rory were in it. Oh, was it Rory that won it? Who?
Rory won.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe Scheffler hasn't won.
I'm pretty sure Rory won. I don't think he has. It's just, I don't know how hungry Scottie Scheffler is.
It's interesting.
I mean, he's definitely he's not excited. I mean, how can you get excited about a Yahtzee game? I mean,
exactly.
Out loud. Let's see here. 22 McIlroy. 21. You didn't name him. You want to try and take a stab at it?
I think it was Patty Ice.
Indeed it was. 20. He does not do anything off the
Justin Johnson.
dashboard. He did okay. Yeah. Rory again.
And then Justin Rose.
JR, yeah. Yep. JT.
Yeah.
No, we got nothing. Rahm or Scheffler. Those guys got to be one.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, think about this. Think about Rahm wins the Masters. Follows it up with winning the FedEx Cup. He'd probably like that.
We need to start talking about player of the year and all that stuff too, right?
Well, that's in the bag, wouldn't you say?
Who do you think it's Rahm?
Yeah, I mean, didn't he's got 4 wins on the season and right? 4 wins on the season. One of them being the Masters. Here's short of Scottie Scheffler or McIlroy winning the FedEx Cup. It's Jon Rahm. And
what if Wyndham Clark wins the FedEx Cup?
Jon Rahm.
Really?
Jon Rahm. Absolutely. Because that would be 2 wins for Wyndham Clark?
3.
Well, technically, it wouldn't even be a win because depending on where they come into this thing, he could not win the tournament and win the FedEx Cup.
Well, say he wins this week, and then he goes on to win the FedEx Cup. Ooh. That would be 3, right? So it'd be Wells. I think 3 or 4, right? 3 or 4.
It'd be 3.
But he at least won Wells, the U.S. Open, and if he won one more, it'd be 3.
Yeah. No, I think it's still Jon Rahm. I mean, it's Jon Rahm winning the Masters and 4 wins on the season. That is that somebody is going to have to win a tournament and win the FedEx Cup and be not named Rambo.
What if Max Homa comes in second though?
I guess they're going to change the X to an M on for Twitter. I guess they'll put an upside W for Twitter and it'll be it's like if you turn it the other way, it stands for Max. We do need to start talking about. We may get on for a little sweater on Thursday once we see kind of where things are heading. We should start talking about player of the year. Eric Cole, by the way, rookie of the year. There's a few others that could. Shanks played okay, and there's a couple others. Billy Horschel. He. What do you think Billy Horschel does in his downtime?
Plans his meals.
Yes. Speaking of, this is you've kept me on too long. Get one of the what would you call him? One of the enforcers in the series, The Offer. Is the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, nice.
It is. And I'm like, holy shit, that's Lou Ferrigno. Just saying, if one of those guys had a doppelganger, I found him.
Oh, nice.
Just saying.
Nice. It'll be fun. This is gonna be a fun week. Memphis is an hour behind us.
It is Central Time. Yeah.
So we'll get Illinois next week.
Yeah, I think Olympia Fields.
Are we doing any NFL prep coming up here with Dynamite?
Ooh, we definitely should. We get that lined up.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
All right.
Hey, don't forget, like, subscribe, share the show with somebody. Absolutely. And come see me at Sweetens.